listening.
Sunday night, and we are here in the Fat House.
We are.
We are in the Fat House. You know, we've been running this business now for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. How many?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah, 5th week now.
We're in our 5th week.
Just to be exact. You know what I'm like.
Yeah, he's the nerd. So one of the things is that what we are going to do is like, I just want to come in and do a bit of a recap. You know, we've been in the business now for 5 weeks.
Mm.
What do you think? How's it going?
I reckon fantastic.
Yeah?
I reckon we're settled.
Yeah.
The business is running. The team's in place. We've got product going out the door. Customers are happy. Money's flowing. People are getting paid.
I like that one.
Yep, the money's a big one. Unless I'm missing something.
I think that money was a big thing for me because when we all like crashed we did, one of the big things was that, you know, my whole goal was to get us back up and running so that our kids could get fed next week and our mortgages didn't get put on hold
and the bills can get
paid. The bills can get paid. And, you know, some people didn't have husbands that went to work. So some of the girls were just, you know, like this was their only income. And so for me, it was really important that we made a decision and we went with it as fast as we could. So it was a big weight on my shoulders to make sure that we got this going.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, I've been flying around the country just recently, and one of the beautiful things is that people have said to me is that thank you so much that you actually made that decision so quickly, that you didn't leave us floundering. And even corporate people have said to me, we don't know how you did it, Terry. And I was like, well, it was just...
Had to be done.
Had to be done.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that we just jumped in and we went to work and we made decisions.
There was no plan B.
There was no
plan B. We had a money in the bank.
Yeah, there was no plan B. And it was, we all gathered together, and Alan's very good on compensation plans and looking at the money for me. So while I was doing one thing, he was doing another thing, and we pulled it together, didn't we?
It was a lot of us. It wasn't just us two, obviously. There's a lot of people that came in doing late nights and weekends. We lost our Easter. There was no Easter holiday. We were working through Easter. A lot of it's going on.
Yeah, but you know what it did was, I think, you know, like it made us really, really tight as a community.
All of us, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny actually because all the team that was sort of separated, all of a sudden we all worked. Not that we weren't friends or anything. It just felt like we're one complete unit, all moving forward in one direction. That's what I think was great. Yeah, I think that was, for me, that was really important. And one of the things as a leader, you know, you want to empower the leaders that are going to work with you, don't you? Absolutely, yeah. And we've got to learn.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to learn.
We've all got lots to learn, but it was really important that when we set up a new structure, that it was a structure that was going to be strong. And the last thing that I wanted to do was have fat cats. I'm not interested in fat cats. It's been my bugbear, hasn't it?
For many years.
Many years.
Yeah.
Many years. I'm not interested in fat cats. I'm not interested in people that are just going to plonk themselves into a position and not going to contribute, that aren't going to share and going to collaborate. Hey, yeah.
I'm learning collaborate.
But that for me was a big deal. And so I was going to reward the people that had stood by me, were loyal. Loyalty is a big deal for us, you know.
Trust is huge.
Trust is huge. Trust is huge. And so when we were setting this business up, we were looking for leadership, and we were looking for the people that were going to look after the people. I wasn't interested in looking after people that were just going to be in it for themselves. And those people that were fat cats, they had no place in our business again. And so it was very easy for me to maneuver, because sometimes when you move businesses like this, you just move them from one spot to another spot and then you just lock them all away. We weren't going to do that, were we?
Well, we restructured.
We restructured.
To make it more stable, solid. Well, you probably did more restructuring from the top down, but we all had to do that to make sure that everybody was looked after and going forward that they were actually going to get paid and solid. Basically, we wanted solid foundation. That's what it was all about, the foundation. It's
the foundation, you know, like if you haven't got a foundation, then, you know, the tree moves over. But, you know, the foundation isn't just bricks and mortar. The foundation is values, you know, and one of the things that was really important for me was the values of type of leaders that we were going to bring in and place them on our top of our business, you know. And if you were going to be at the top of our tree and the top of our business, you had to have the right values, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That it's not just for us, but it's for everybody. That's the whole thing, because we're only one person, but I can't find the right word at the moment, but I'm lost, a bit blank at the moment. But yeah, it's a value of helping everybody, the whole team as a structure, not just yourself or your downline, but everybody as a whole, so we all move together and all succeed as one.
That has been one of the things that when we started FAT many years ago now, was that the fact that we shared, like there was no big, oh, you're on my team and you're on the other team and you're, like there was none of that. And one of the things that we did was we shared knowledge, and that became our power. That became our force, didn't it?
Well, we had everything. We had FAT School.
Yeah.
We had your power hours. There was nothing that someone did not have that they could plug into or access that a lot of people were paying money for, and we were giving for free.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was dead against that. How many times do you see on social media, come and join my business and you're going to get a $49 document, how many times do you see that, and we the FAT team have enough leaders that are superstars. They're really superstars, and we could work out social media, we could work out compensation plans, we could work out where you found your money, we could find out, like how you presented, we could do profiling, we could do the whole lot, and it didn't cost them a cent. So
absolutely.
That for me was the power of FAT, and we are carrying those values and that into our new business, or Partner & Co. So for you, we have joined Partner Co. How are you finding it? We had the Katie, the impact officer here. How did you find that?
I found actually they're all inviting.
Yeah.
Like even every time I have a message, and some of the questions, not the silly questions, but when you're new, you feel a bit foolish asking these questions. But there's none of that like talking down to you. They were helpful. And the hours that they would answer, like the other day, like Dan, he answered me like it was 12:40 in the morning for him. And I said, mate, what are you doing away? Go to sleep. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But he was there. Yeah. He made the effort. And Monica made the effort. Like all of them, they're there for you. And that's what I think stands out. They're a company that want you to succeed, just like we want our people to succeed.
Yeah.
I found that sort of valuable.
Oh, me too. And there's always that synergy, like if you were going to join a business, it doesn't matter if you're at a shoe shop, like if you were going to buy shoes, and then who's your manufacturer, or where are you going to buy your shoes from? So for us, it's the same synergy. We need to have a synergy with our manufacturer or our parent company. You need to make sure that works. Like no use buying shoes and they can't supply you the shoes. It's the same thing. It's just in a different way. And for us, Partner Co has been, like, I cannot agree with you more that they've answered me at all sorts of hours. Yep. They've been
100%.
And I've tested them. I've tested them. Not that I wanted to test them, but I needed answers, And one of the things is that when you're trying to move things and
we're moving fast. Yeah. By the hour, things are happening by the hour. We needed answers.
Yeah. And so I think that was the funny thing, isn't it? Like we were just moving fast. Yeah. And one of the most beautiful things is that we could move fast. And the thing that saved us was FAT. It really was that saved us.
It's more than the business.
Yeah.
I can't find the right word for FAT, but it's more than the business. It is something that you have to experience, not see, I think. You have to experience it to understand it.
I always say FAT's a family, and it really is. It's like, how do you treat your family? And we try and treat each other as a family, and with love and with care and with support, And I always call the new people in FAT my babies, like they are my babies. And I don't know if anyone saw Mother's Day, but, I became the mother for everybody
a lot of
that
babies.
day. I had a lot of babies that day. So that made me laugh. Made me cry as well. It was funny, like I was in Sydney just, yesterday. Yesterday I was in Sydney. And there was this woman that came to the table and she sat with us all in this big table. And she was there and she introduced herself as, I'm your new baby. And
really?
I was like, I don't even know who you are, but and she was happy to be her new baby. I'm going to share a little story here, is that when I first started calling people my babies, I got into so much trouble with my dad. So much trouble. In fact, they actually told me that I was not allowed to call them my babies and that I had to refrain from that language, and I had to change my thinking. And I went back with a fight and I said...
And you doubled down, didn't you?
Yeah, I doubled down. Because for me, it was like, these are my babies. These are people that come into our business and I've got no idea. They have no idea how to do social media. They've got no idea how to run. They've got no idea how to talk to people. They got no, that's just no different than a baby, and you have to feed your baby and you have to help them stand up on their own. And so for me, like the people that are coming into our business are our babies. It's our job as leaders to look after our people, and that's my baby, so I was very protective of it. And so I sort of like put up with this for a little while, like maybe a little while. And then it was like, then I heard, there was a bit of a change of the guard. And then I heard the corporate office saying, oh, these are Terry McClure's babies.
It's on then.
It was on. And then it gave me freedom. Then I was allowed to talk about my babies everywhere. So, this is what you get when you join us. And, I just wanted to share with you today is that we've come a long way in 4 weeks. And
it's huge. When you actually think about it, like at the time, you don't think about it, but just go, go, go. But when you actually settle down and take a breath and realise what you've actually achieved, it's huge.
It's massive.
Like huge. We're not talking like a small achievement. A big business to move in 4 weeks and have settled and money flowing, product flowing, it is huge.
It's huge, yeah. And we're not just talking about 100 people or 200 people.
Thousands.
Or thousands. There's lots of people with us. And, and like our stretch is just stretching and stretching and stretching. And I'm so excited. Tomorrow I head off to London.
Lucky you.
Lucky me. You. I've got London, and then I head to Iceland, where we have a team in Iceland. I'm going over there to see Hira there in Iceland, and then I'm heading to Amira Badari in the Netherlands, and I'm going up there because we are bringing in the Muslim women there, and super excited about that because then we're going to bring in Morocco. That's a new market for us. So Morocco and Amira and these Muslim women are going to be a powerhouse team. So super excited about that one.
It's going to be huge.
Huge. And then I head to Calgary. So I'm over to Canada. I'm going to meet up with our team there. So we've got a big Canadian team there. So I'm going to be meeting up with them and taking them to Calgary with me. So there's a big Partner Co event there. So there's going to be 500 to 600 people at this event.
That's good.
I know. So this
they're going to learn who she is.
I know. I said, what do I wear?
Perfectly close.
yeah. I'm a bit of a nudist, so I'll learn. Anyway, so I'm going to Calgary. I come home from Calgary. I then go Melbourne, Adelaide, and Perth. I'm back there. Then I'm off to New Zealand. So I'm home from New Zealand, and then I'm heading up to the Philippines because we're opening the Philippines.
Yes, that's good news.
That's a super exciting news for me. And I think it's going to be with the team. Everybody's going to be involved in that one. So, and it's so close to Australia, so that's going to be really powerful. I heard it's going to take me 8 hours to fly there, though. I thought
Philippines?
I
thought it was closer.
Me too. I thought it was closer.
Okay.
So Philippines then, and then I'm coming home, and then I'm heading to India. I've got some big news that's going to come through India, and I can't tell you any of my secrets yet. But
you tell me and I'll tell you.
Yeah. So I've got some really big news that's going to hit us with India, and so I'm super excited about that. So anyone that's sitting on the fence and thinking, oh, Terry McClure didn't make India, I've got some news for you. Don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt me, because, when I've worked out me, and I'm 65, I've got a mission. I'm on a mission. I'm going to change the world one person at a time. And I've got this massive team that I'm bringing with me. And I've got the powerhouse leaders that are going to stand with me, have my back. I always say, don't walk in front of me. Don't walk behind me, but walk with me. And, I think that we've got the right leadership.
I think so.
I think
it's set pretty well now.
I think
for the
it's
second
set.
assault on the world.
For the second assault on the world, yeah.
This time's going to happen.
I think so. And I think we've got this amazing momentum that's just gathering. And, if you're sitting out there looking at us and going, oh, what are those two on about? You
just keep watching because you'll find out.
Yeah.
Just keep watching, you'll find out.
Yeah. You can either join me or you can watch me. Take your choice. I don't care which one, because there's thousands and there's millions of people in the world that will join us. So.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Yeah. And, I can't wait. I can't wait to sit here next year and see what we've done and what we've achieved.
It's funny you say that. I usually tell people when they join the business, I just give me 12 months, I'll change everything around it. We'll sit back and we'll have a conversation. 12 months later, it'll be a completely different story.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention that. I always say that. So yeah, sit back and let's...
Yeah.
We'll document this video. We'll go. Yeah. They're going to delete it in 30 days, but anyway, we'll
save this one.
We'll save this one and go back in 12 months and replay it.
Yep. Watch us or join us. It's your choice. Lots of love, everyone.
See ya.